folks, you know what time it is. Feminine hygiene time, my favorite time. We have not done a feminine hygiene video in a hot minute, and I am so excited. These are absolutely my favorite videos to film. I'm just so passionate about them, and I'm just excited. For those of you who are not aware, unfortunately YouTube will not allow me to use proper terminology to describe our bodies like or so today we're gonna be calling it the cookie. And biggest of thank yous to Boric Life for sponsoring a portion of today's video. We will get into that in a little bit. But first, let's jump into our very first tip. All right, I'm about to sound like a grandmother, but get out the old hand mirror. I feel like nobody has hand mirrors anymore, right? Anybody? Not sure. But I definitely recommend getting to know your body. Like, see what's going on down there. You know, check it out. See what's normal, see what's abnormal, so that if something ever does pop up, you will know. It's like my OBGYN always says, if you are not doing a self-breast exam frequently, you're not gonna know when something feels different. So really getting a vibe for things, you know, checking it out, getting out the old hand mirror. Oh, okay. I have to say, I remember one of the first times that I like sat in front of this wall mirror and just checked everything out, and I was like, wow, okay, this is what we're working with. This is quite possibly a little TMI. At the moment, I am on my period, and I have like a little bump on the side of my cookie, and I can't tell if it's like a breakout or what it is, so I called my OBGYN and set up an appointment next week to have her check it out, just to be 100% sure that we are in the clear, good to go. And I honestly wouldn't have noticed it if I wasn't aware of my body and what it looks like typically. So I really don't say that to scare you, but just to be sure that you're aware and you're taking care of yourself. That's what's most important. Also, fun fact, right now as I film this video, I am an engaged woman, but when you watch this video, I'll be married. I'm so excited, and let me just say that our feminine hygiene videos are about to be a little bit different. As you know, today's video is all about feminine hygiene. With this next tip, I really want to dive into pH levels and why it's important to your cookie health and how it can eliminate and alleviate symptoms like itchiness, dryness, odors, excess discharge, burning, and just general discomfort at home. If you deal with any of the issues that I just listed, I'm gonna introduce you to a product that my OBGYN and my friends have actually used and recommended to me prior to Boric Life even sponsoring this video. So, let me tell you a little bit about it. Just a little bit of science for you. How your cookie smells and all that jazz really all lines up to its pH level. So a healthy pH level for your cookie is anywhere from roughly 3.5 to 4.5 depending. So you want to be more so in that acidic range as opposed to alkaline or neutral. So as I've mentioned to you guys previously, I have struggled with yeast infections more than the average gal. I don't know why. I just feel like some people in general are prone to maybe urinary tract infections, some people are prone to odor, some people are prone to yeast infections, and I just happen to be prone to a good old yeast infection. Dealing with issues down there can really lead to just a lack of confidence in general. Definitely like anxiousness, anxiety, when is this gonna go away, etc., etc. But for me, I have really found what works, and that is Boric Life. Story time. The very first time that I had a yeast infection, I panicked. I had no idea why I got one. I didn't know what it was. I did some research. I'm like, cottage cheese material down there. And at that point, I don't know if I just wasn't comfortable going to the OBGYN or what was going on, but I went to the drugstore and found this horse-sized shaped pill, shoved it up there with the most uncomfortable like pump mechanism. It took days for it to go away, and it was like just not the jam until Boric Life. So Boric Life is essentially a vaginal suppository that's all natural. It's vegan, vegetarian, all that jazz. It is pharmaceutical grade, OBGYN recommended. And when I tell you that this bad boy has the best reviews online, I mean it has the best reviews. Like it's mind-blowing. I feel like every girl in the world is just like, Boric Life, yes. So many of my friends also take this to essentially allow the good bacteria in your cookie to fight off the bad bacteria and balance everything out in a natural way. For me personally, because I get yeast infections more often, I don't want to be going to the OBGYN, spending money all the time for her to prescribe the same antibiotic to me when I can just do it the natural routes, the more affordable routes, and in the comfort of my own home, frankly. So with Boric Life, I typically use it once a month. I know that after my period, my pH is completely thrown off. So what I do is I take the NutraBlast feminine pH test strip. It has, you basically, you know, get some juices from the cookie on the strip, and then it will tell you where you are testing out at so that you know if your pH is off or not. If it is more on the alkaline scale, then I will go ahead and use the suppository. They also have amazing suppository applicators that are actually comfortable, and let me tell you, that's a godsend, okay? If you've never used just your regular old schmegular suppository applicator, honey, God bless. I do just want to show you in general how to use this. Pretend that this is my cookie. So what you simply want to do is just take one of your Boric Life pills. They're large, but they are nowhere near the pill size that I used to take, sister. So, I mean, this is nothing. This is nothing. So all you want to do is take the suppository, place it at the top of the applicator, and go find a mirror, lay down in front of the mirror, maybe get comfortable. I like to lay on my back. Here's the cookie. Push this into the cookie, and then shoot the pill up. Simple as that, folks. They also have a money-back guarantee policy, so if you're not happy with how they work, you can get your money back. I have a link in the description box down below where you can get 20% off your first purchase. It's a game changer, and it's definitely saved me a lot of money in going to see my OBGYN because I do struggle with yeast infections, itchiness, all that jazz, and this clears it up in a wink. Next, I'd love to cover what you eat because, honey, what you eat is what you are and what you smell like down there, okay? Down there. So, right off the bat, don't eat asparagus. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Just don't do it. If you've ever had asparagus, you know what I'm talking about. Just be cautious with the asparagus, okay? Just be cautious. There's a lot of other fruits and veggies that won't do you wrong down there, but asparagus, honey, is not your friend. What I have found, honest to goodness, is the best is pineapple. Pineapple does wonders. If you're smelling a little funky funk, a little something not right down there, a little stanky janky, a little heebly beebly, you know, pineapple, honey. It's the cure-all. But in all seriousness, your diet truly will affect how you smell down there. I have witnessed this firsthand myself. I'm telling you, it really does make a difference. I actually recently got a juicer. I've been juicing it up, and I've been doing like fruits, veggies, but not asparagus. Not asparagus. But I've been doing, you know, celery, adding in a little cranberry juice. That's classic to avoid a urinary tract infection, okay? Yeah, just keeping it fresh and healthy down there, ladies. Keeping it fresh. Next, I'd really love to discuss shaving down there, hair around the cookie. So for me personally, I shave. We've covered this before. I will link that video in the description box down below if you'd like to check it out. I know that many of you like to wax, many of you like to leave it el natural, and that's incredible. Do whatever makes you feel confident and comfortable. That is what matters. I do, however, want to mention that in the past, I have shaved with a regular size razor for the whole enchilada, but no more. I wish I had an example to show you, but I will insert a photo here. I actually ordered a new set for the honeymoon, So with those little razors that are more so for like the mustache and things of that nature, I actually like to sit on the ground in front of my mirror. I'm sitting in front of my mirror on the ground naked a lot. Okay, so sitting in front of the mirror and getting, you know, in the corners, in the crevices, you know, lifting around, you know, getting down a little past the cookie, you know, just making sure everything's looking good. But once again, I truly want to emphasize that you absolutely do not need to do any hair removal down there whatsoever. That is completely and totally your prerogative, your choice. It's just something that I choose to do, but you by no means have to do that. So I just want to make that abundantly clear, because I think, you know, culture and society has kind of made that topic feel like, oh, like that's what you have to do, and it's like, no, you really don't. So don't feel pressured and just do you, boo. Last but certainly not least, I want to discuss water. Not only drinking water, because I feel like that's obvious, but I do need to include it because it is so essential. If you become very dehydrated, you know, down there can dry up, it can create odor, it can change the pH level. You definitely want to be staying hydrated for a million reasons, for your skin, you know the drill. But also the temperature of your water when you're in the tub. This is something that my OBGYN spoke to me about, because I like to take baths at, like, you know, like a burning temperature. There's just something special, honestly, about taking a hot, scalding hot bath. There's just honestly nothing like it. But I have tried to limit it. I've tried to cut it down because she felt like that was a large reason that I was getting yeast infections as frequently as I was. So that's something to definitely keep in mind, you know, the temperature of things that's going on down there. Anytime you overheat that area, that is essentially a breeding ground for bacteria, good and bad, and sometimes the bad can overgrow and the good, they just can't keep up. Honestly, that is a tip that I never even considered or realized, and I just felt it was important to mention to you here today. You're welcome. That's everything. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I genuinely thoroughly enjoyed sitting down and talking to you guys all about feminine hygiene. I truly do not believe that this is a topic that is thoroughly covered enough on YouTube. I think it's so important. I know a lot of you message me, oh my gosh, truly the most heartbreaking messages, like, you know, I lost my mother to cancer 5 years ago. I just got my period. I don't want to talk to my dad about it. What do I do? I mean, just messages that will make me emotional. And to have any part in helping you feel comfortable in your body and how beautiful and amazing it is just like the best. It's just the best. So I truly hope that you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to check out that link in the description box down below to get the 20% off of the Boric Life suppository. If the issues that we discussed are problems that you are currently having, if not, girl, you are blessed. Be sure to subscribe, and until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye.